Okay, here we are.
Here we are.
Who are you?
I'm your Mrs.
I'm your
Mister.
Mister. Okay. I don't know what the
So what is this show?
this is our
What's it called?
this show is called Nothing But Worry, and that's never been more appropriate than today, when Donald Trump announced that if you Christians will just vote for me, you'll never have to vote again. And the implied message is, as far as I'm concerned,
That's not implied. It's pretty overt.
we're going to establish a theocracy.
He's never leaving office.
Well, more than that, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, well, a corporate theocracy, as I put it, because the large corporations will, they will enact the will of God, as interpreted by those with the most dollars. And the very people who will be the slaves are the ones who are going to vote for this, because their religion tells them tells them to do so.
Yeah, in the New Testament it said, slaves, obey your masters.
Mm-hmm. And
They want a system where people are in heavy debt. They're forced to work at any cost. They want to do away with minimum wage. They want to continue to have CEO pay in excess of 400 times the regular employee's pay. They want to maximize profits for shareholders, and customers be damned.
they want to attach a monetary value on every single aspect of human existence.
Yeah.
So,
You want water? Pay for it. You want clean water? Pay more for it. It's everything has a price tag with them, even the basic necessities of life.
so, so it's not the world that I wanted to live in, and they're going to go batshit crazy if Kamala Harris wins the election.
Yeah.
Because her election will not put an end to this.
No, it will not. I remember when Obama came to office, all the conservatives saying something to the effect of, well, we didn't have a problem with racism in this country until Obama came along and became president. It made no sense whatsoever for them to say it.
And
It's more than just the racism. It's the fact she's a woman. They fucking hate that she is a woman.
yeah, and the two things combined just set them off. And we're 100 days from the election, I think, and so this is going to be a crazy 3 months. Oh, speaking of crazy, as longtime listeners to the program know, I work at the post office, and the amount of Amazon packages coming through has gone crazy, and we're working our asses off.
Yeah, they timed Prime Day to coincide with the onset of the return to school season. So if you find shopping on Amazon to be convenient and inexpensive, you're going to continue to go back again and again when school season rolls around. People buy their school uniforms there, their laptops. They're even running 25-cent deals on school supplies. This is something we haven't seen in 10, 15 years.
Well, I think it has something to do with this. For 100 years now, 50% of all retail sales are at Christmas. So if a company has a good Christmas, that can erase any losses they've had for the previous part of the year. So now Amazon has established we're going to have Christmas in July, so we'll have 2 big paydays per year. And you would not believe the amount of stuff and I've seen Amazon delivery vehicles, I guess they're old UPS trucks or, copycats, and they just park wherever the hell they want. I went out
Yeah, they
today.
stop in the middle of downtown Athens on the main highway that goes through town. And they don't give a damn. They stop right there. And people are blowing their horns at them. Like, what the hell are you doing? Instead of finding a parking space or going to a side street and walking back around, they park right in front of where that delivery area is.
So, and of course, no union because Jeff Bezos sends his, private police force in to put a stop to that.
Weed out the union organizers.
Yep.
But it has been a good week since we last talked. I mean, Kamala Harris has raised record amounts of money. She
And
has gotten major endorsements.
and the inherent glaring flaws in J.D. Vance have only become more and more apparent since
Yeah.
all this happened. And I will not be surprised if they change him before too long. But they probably won't because it'll make them look very weak if they kick him out.
But all week long they've been looking weak. And the thing that pisses Trump off the most is attention's not front and center on Trump anymore. He's used to doing outrageous, ludicrous, even stupid things in order to get to the top of the headlines. And now, it's Kamala all the time.
Yeah, I saw a piece of an interview with Barbara Boxer, and she said that only a few times in her lifetime has she seen this sort of optimism and energy. She said the first time was when she was young. It was JFK, and then there was the Clinton Gore ticket, which was again a young, fresh approach, and then Obama, and now we're having the same thing again. Even though Kamala Harris is a little bit older, she's 59.
Yeah, I remember getting to see Al Gore when he was still in the primaries and had not taken the vice presidency slot. And I got front row tickets because of my connections and watching him. And they played Superman by R.E.M. for him coming on the stage. And it was absolutely thrilling. And that's the kind of thing I'm feeling this week with Kamala.
Yeah. If we can defeat Trump this election, that'll at the very least that'll be the end of him, because he'll be too old the next time around and too just psychotic by the time next election comes around. But we will have to face another one and another one. They'll pick somebody crazy,
We have got to completely uproot the Republicans. We've got to get rid of the Marjorie Taylor Greenes, the Lauren Boeberts. We've got to get rid of the Gosars. We've got to get rid of Matt Gaetz. We've got to get rid of all these youngish, controversial folks that are always getting the headlines.
Well, more than that, we've got to uproot the underlying philosophy that drives all of this.
Yes.
And I'm going to lay on the line, it is magical thinking.
Yep.
It's religion, it's faith, it's belief that you're in the position you are in life because God wants you there. So don't try to don't try to buck the system. You're a slave because that's just shut your mouth, do what you're told, and after you're dead, everything will be fine.
The other night when Trump was addressing that extremely conservative group, he specifically said, Christians, I need you to vote for me so that we'll never have to vote again. He's appealing to a subsect of Christians who think that their allegiance to God and Trump are hand in hand.
Yeah,
People are scary.
it's interesting that after many decades of denigrating the old ways, the Chinese Communist Party decided to embrace Confucianism because Confucianism teaches, there's an order to the universe. There's the mandate of heaven. And if you're born in a lowly position, that's your position. And you accept the top-down authority that has been placed upon you by the accident of birth. And so therefore, do what you're told. And that is the same philosophy, essentially, that we've got here, that they want to push on us. And also, the Bible says that man was put in charge of the earth to do with as he pleases.
Not woman.
And we can just kill every elephant, and we can just,
Rape and slaughter and
pollute every
destroy
stream.
everything, yeah.
All in the name of profit. Because, see, every dollar you earn is another check mark in heaven. And you'll get a place closer to the magic
What is
round
that?
table.
Prosperity gospel?
Prosperity gospel is basically you say, I command in the name of Jesus riches and wealth and Cadillacs to be mine. And by virtue of
If you fail, then it's a failing on your part, not God's. You didn't do the right thing. No, ignoring the fact that, let's face it, in society there are different levels, there are different castes, there are different income levels.
I have seen so many people push this old bullshit narrative that this isn't a democracy, it's a republic. Whatever the fuck, whatever. It's a democratic republic. The people are supposed to have a say in how the government is run and who runs it. That's a democracy, you dumbasses. And they want to change that subtly so that it's $1 per vote. You have $1 million, you get 1 million votes.
Well, we saw
And
that.
yeah.
The corporations are people.
I thought you were going to mention how J.D.
But-
Vance said
Yes.
that people with children should have an extra vote.
Yeah, a vote for every child.
Oh God, people like him are disgusting. Did you watch the George Russell Schmidt thing about the billionaire bunker thing?
I did. Let me ask you, did he just glide right over the fact that they are the ones that are raping and pillaging the earth and basically getting rich off of everybody else and destroying the earth and creating bunkers?
Well, I
They're
think
destroying the planet and then creating a system where they can supposedly survive the destruction.
Well, I think that what it is they know what's coming down the line.
The fact that we want to eat the rich?
No, they know that climate change is real, no matter what they tell
absolutely.
the masses, and they know that famine, flood, destruction, pestilence, war
All of it's coming.
is coming, and why do you think that
There's so many wanted to move to New Zealand. They've had to change the law about immigration now in New Zealand because so many of these rich bastards were buying up massive acreage down there.
A long time ago, before we met, I was just in the throes of alcoholism, and I just knew I had to find some way to change my life, and I looked into emigrating to New Zealand. I contacted the New Zealand consulate and I got like a list of requirements in order to get residency, and you had to either have relatives there, or you had to own property there, or you had to show proof that you had a certain amount of money.
Or you have to be a vet, a nurse, etc. Instead of just a sheep shacker.
So
Yeah.
I wanted to go there so bad. But now I want to go to Europe.
Wasn't New Zealand the place that had like so many sheep per person for a while as part of their statistics?
Yeah, and I'd like to know how they, because it consists of North Island and South Island, and I'd like to know, if there's like we think we're better than the people who live on South Island, or if there's more sheep on one than the other, or something like that,
I don't know.
But the reason I want to go to Europe so bad is because it is a largely secular society, and there's not this bullshit of, well, we've got to play nice with their beliefs and respect them. No, you mock and jeer them because they're idiots.
Yeah, I actually agree with the whole ban on what is that covering, hijab, and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that is ridiculous. People in this modern age should not be dressing like that, covering themselves.
Well, I disagree. If somebody wants to do that,
Bullshit.
but see, the thing is, I should be allowed to walk around with a gorilla mask on if I want to. Oh, you're inhibiting the facial recognition software.
Yep. Actually, that is a problem in a lot of cities. They had to amend their little rules about no mask in certain large population areas. They had said no mask because of the threat of an armed robber, etc.
Did you get that video I sent you? The guy was talking about all the crazy big building projects they're doing in Saudi Arabia.
I haven't looked at it yet.
Okay, hold on, we're going to time out. All right, we're back. Oh, my stomach is killing me.
So what's this video about Saudi Arabia?
Well, the guy was discussing all these unbelievably expensive building projects they're doing in Saudi Arabia. It's just totally unworkable, unfeasible crap. And
So they're going to have an increase in temperature there, so it's completely uninhabitable for the majority of the year. What they need to be doing is doing what they did in, what is it, Kupi, Australia, where they just moved the whole damn city underground.
they think that it's going to be a series of pleasure cities for the ultra rich, but it's going to be a complete boondoggle. And
But with all the Muslim restrictions on women and alcohol and
they'll
homosexuality,
have
Jeffrey Epstein centers.
no, I mean they'll have exemptions for. But it's anyway. The point I was making was that the guy who did the video, something is the name of the channel. He was really, really good. He had a really cool voice. He had developed a good journalistic presenter voice, and I need to watch some more of his videos. But he didn't have very many. I hope George has another.
George Rockoff Schmidt?
Yeah, I hope he has another one with his wife soon, because the one he did about the billionaire bunkers was only like 8 minutes long. It's weird to think these people have private lives. We watch Ricky and Elliot a lot, and
Internet Today.
yeah, and they put out so much content, and at the same time, they're open about. Well, I'm going to go running.
They went to the Ark this year. They went to Washington, D.C. this year.
And Ricky
was talking about
he's
going to. He'd not gone to Bruges, but gone somewhere else when he was in Europe last time. He's running a marathon next week.
Yeah. So, I guess they make a good living off that.
Oh, yeah.
I think Elliot has wife and kids.
He has a wife. I don't know about kids.
I think he mentioned something about having kids. Oh, Lord. Well, it is human nature to say, oh, I wish I'd done this, or, but you can't change anything. So, things are the way they are, but if I had known, 40 years ago what I know now, I don't know. It's even foolish to even think about it or talk about it,
Yeah, when we met, you and I had already been through so much independently that got us to the point where we meshed. Had we met a year, 2 years, 5 years earlier,
or later,
it wouldn't have been the same.
And plus, everything worked out okay. We have those 2 kids, which, I believe in it.
Kids.
Yeah, them kids.
Them kids, that's what your dad always said. Them kids.
I believe in eternal recurrence.
What?
I do. I believe the universe is a pattern that just repeats forever and ever and ever. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, as much hell as I've gone through, I would willingly do it all over again to create those 2 children,
Hmm.
I was thinking today about something. When our daughter was younger, we went somewhere. Oh shit! Now I can't remember what it was. But we went out together, and I just remembered it. This is a pleasant memory. The two of us going somewhere when she must have been about 10 or 11 or something, and you know, I, I wish I'd spent more time with the kids.
You spent a shit ton of time. You altered your sleep schedule so that you were here awake when they got off the bus every day, and I'd give them a snack, and then they would settle in, and you would read to them every day.
Yeah.
What are we here now on our house? 25, 26, 27 years?
No, in October, Halloween, it'll be 21 years.
21. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I was just thinking about this memory a couple hours ago, and I can't remember what it was. But anyway, she's grown up now, and it's just unbelievable.
Yeah, I was so pleased that she got to travel outside the country.
I wish that she would get to go to Europe.
I know. I told her, I said, you better get Andrew to take you to England on your honeymoon.
Honeymoon. Oh my God.
Well, they've talked about marriage repeatedly. It's just neither of them are at that point.
Well, if you're not going to have kids, there's no reason to get married.
Well, for them, it would be to have a house together. That would be the reason.
How long have they been going out now?
Only a year and a half. It'll be 2 years come December.
We got married after a month.
6 weeks, yeah. And then Reed came along 10 months later.
Yep.
Honeymoon baby. Woo! Wow.
Let me see how much time we've done. Okay, we're over the limit. Anything else to add?
I don't think so. Love you.
I love you too. All right. That's it. See ya. Bye.
Bye.